Brian. I'm sorry, we're running out of time here. So, Brian and Marilyn, what's on your mind?
Thanks for having me on again. I just want to say, regarding Michael Jackson, I used the same techniques that I researched Paul McCartney, and I applied those to Michael Jackson, and I'm showing him replaced in 1984, at least initially. I don't know about you, but when I first saw the We Are the World video, when he came out, and his voice was like 10 times higher than it was before, and he looks different. And, you know, a lot of that can be explained with plastic surgery, but the main thing besides the voice is if you want to notice the difference between the two Michael Jacksons, one from Thriller and earlier to Michael Jackson, you know, from 84 up until whenever now, or maybe there was another replacement, I don't know, but is the jaw. Even though the new Michael Jackson is more effeminate, he also has a more prominent jaw. It's slightly larger and it's more prominent. And if people look closely, they look at a picture of him from Thriller or Off the Wall period, and that, you know, and compare it to, you know, afterwards. The jaw is more prominent. You know,
there's no doubt at all that these icons have power, and if they go against their masters, they've got to be able to be controlled. And they used to use these witchy women or just sacrifices, suiciding, but now we have the ability to generate doubles. Did you have anything to comment with that, Tina?
Well, one thing I read about the disease that Michael Jackson supposedly had that turned his skin white is actually that it makes people more mottled looking. So I think it's a little suspicious to say it was the disease, but I haven't studied Michael Jackson too much, so. But I did want to comment on Saddam Hussein really quickly, if I could.
Absolutely.
There's a professor from the University of Saarland in Germany named Dr. Dieter Buhmann, and he he's a forensic pathologist, and he examined hundreds of photographs and videos of Saddam Hussein and determined that there are probably at least 3 Saddam Husseins. And the person that was either hanged or mock hanged, well, this isn't what Dr. Dieter Buhmann said, but Greg Hallett, he thought it was a mock hanging, actually, but of a double. So, anyway.
No, I would totally agree with all of that. And I actually had a friend of a friend, if you want to take that type of knowledge, that was involved in the abduction of Saddam Hussein. He said that he was brought there and simply stood around. The military members that were there, the soldiers, did not know why they were there. And then a special truck comes rolling up. They go down into that little bunker and they pull this man out. And all of the military ones that have been called there, all the soldiers, had no idea why they were there in the first place. Well, we're coming down to the last 2 minutes of the show here, Tina. What would you like to leave with our listening audience?
Well, I would really like people to look into whether Paul was replaced and to look at the forensic evidence and to realize that doubles do exist and the Illuminati are not above killing people. And if they can kill people, they can replace people. Because we know doubles, I mean, we have celebrity imposters and all of that, so they can manipulate people, and to just be observant and to know that this happens and to look into the entertainment industry, to be really careful about what they're listening to, what they're watching, and how they're letting it affect them.
Good advice for everyone, and realize that all of this is here for your manipulation. This is not for their stardom. They are not there for their raising the American dream. They are there simply to manipulate you. These are what the pop icons are used for. They have been used since the times of Athens, Greece, from the time of the great warriors. They have been using these type of celebrity idols against you. And thank you, Tina, so much for joining me here on the Free Zone. It was a great show. I'm really glad we did this.
Well, thank you so much. I had a great time.
All right. And we'll get more to this. We'll get to more Space War check-in on Radio Freeman coming up Tuesday. Realize that aluminum oxide cloud can be used for HARP, and it actually has connections to it. And we'll get more to that on some of the shows when we're getting back. Thank you all for tuning in. This is Freeman signing off.